Hey guys, welcome to another Sunday Night Live. This week we're back from JoeFest. So I know a few people that were there with us, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about pictures. We're going to talk about toys. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. And so it's going to be kind of a long show. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring out our co-host, Beta Ray Bob.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good. All recovered from a wild weekend at JoeFest.
Yeah, it's taken me every bit of that week and to get recovered from it. I'm still not really recovered from it actually, but it was a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love going there every year.
Yeah. Um, I was thinking I was looking at some of the pictures and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how we could have taken any more pictures, but I guess it's possible. Um,
It's possible. No, my phone was getting pretty full between pictures and recording some of the panels and whatnot. So, but I
right.
probably could have squeezed a few more in.
Yes, yes. Let's see here. I am going to go ahead and bring this out because we have so many pictures, guys. We're just
Although
trying to, um,
before we do this, do we want to say hi to the chat?
yeah, for sure, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All
Um,
right. Yeah, Ian
Ian,
here with us.
what's up, man? What's up?
Jabalong, what's up,
How
dude?
long? Thanks for watching,
Chris Sizemore. Hey, and
Chris.
I'm sorry we didn't meet up with you at Joe Fest. I hate that we didn't
Yeah,
get to talk to you.
I don't like. I knew that you said you were going, and I was telling Bob, I was like, by the time Joe Fest got there, it was so like overwhelming that I sort of lost track of everything, and so anyway, I hate that we didn't get to talk to you.
But next year,
Yes,
huh? Right?
next year.
Rad was down there
Brad,
with
man, what's
Joe
up?
Fest.
Brad was there. Yes, he was there. He made it. Him and Pirates.
But, yeah, got
Um,
PLM. Got to meet him at
PLM.
Joe Fest as well.
Yes. It was awesome. It's always hey, what's up, says bro? What's up?
Yeah.
It's always kind of I don't want to say weird, but it's always um, we talk to people, here and on chats and stuff like that, and we're mostly just calling them by their screen name and stuff like that. So it's like if you haven't seen someone before, it's like it's just like for me, if I haven't seen you, I'm definitely not going to know, like it's like we should have had name tags, you know what I'm saying, for all like Instagrams, and stuff like that. It was like, hey, it's Outer Multiverse, or hey, it's such and such, because it's like you just a bunch of people just walking around, randomly. It's like unless they introduce themselves, it's like you're not really gonna know who they are, So
Yeah. I've done name tags in like previous years. I thought about bringing them this year, but I was like, well, we do the show.
yes,
But
yes,
but yeah, next year, yeah, I think I will pack in the name tags and hand them out, let people
yeah,
share who they are if they want to.
yeah. And so, Parrot Food, what's up, man? Hey, and so I definitely have to say that if you are trying to go to Joe Fest next year, you should start saving now because it's definitely, um, you know, it's at another level. So it was definitely met and beat all expectations I had going to it since it was my first Joe Fest.
And book your hotel early, like this year
Yeah,
or next year.
yeah. When I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express about a half mile away, and so I booked mine in January, and it was like they didn't charge me, and of course till I got there, but it's like you had 24 hours up until 24 hours to change something or cancel it if you needed to. So that was kind of a good thing for me. I don't know if the Marriott does that or whatever, but anyway,
Yeah, I think it's 24 to 48, somewhere around
gotcha.
in there. You get a little time now. the later it gets or the closer it gets to the show, changing your room times or your reservation gets a little harder. But
Yeah.
if you cancel, yeah, they're going to probably find somebody to fill that.
But yeah, definitely a great time. And so, definitely a great time. Um,
Model Misfits here. Good to meet you too.
Now, let's see. Was he the did I meet him, Bob?
I believe so.
Okay. He would
I'm 90% sure. I know the whole weekend was such a blur of like activity and
Gotcha. Well,
whatnot.
was he the person that we met and we went out to eat with, or no? That's somebody else.
No,
Okay.
that was somebody else. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's like we end up running into somebody there that watches the show. That's actually from my state. I think his name was Will, and his wife, I think, was there.
Hmm.
We ran into them. They actually ran into Rad and Pirates, and they like say, "Yeah, we watch you. We watch you guys on World Makers." Michael, what's up?
Yeah, hey,
Um,
Michael.
and so they are, they're from the same state I live in, and so anyway, shout out to them if they're watching or whatever. But it's like just kind of crazy that the people that you run into and stuff. Um, but anyway, all right. Well,
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he was the one Friday
oh, okay,
in
okay,
line
okay.
behind us. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. I remember
And
now.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
kept
remember.
running into them like all
Gotcha,
weekend,
gotcha,
and then
gotcha, gotcha.
they
Yeah,
were out
man.
by the pool with us for a while.
I definitely remember. I remember now for sure. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Thank you, Mom.
let's see here. So we're gonna go ahead
And
and
that gets us caught up.
okay. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it, guys. We're just we're gonna hit these picks pretty quick.
And
And if anybody has a question about anything, you're more than welcome to ask. But there is a lot of pictures here, and it's like we're just gonna zoom through
this
them.
probably isn't even half of it.
Oh yeah,
Just to
it's
give you a sense of scale
this
of
is
like
going to
how
be
big
this
JoeFest is going to be.
if you watch this entire stream, you're going to get a very good, almost like you were there, Joe Fest experience. Okay, so anyway, um,
Almost.
so yeah, there was a I guess Action Force, is that what it's called? Was
Hmm.
there
Yeah,
or
yeah. The British GI Joe, so to speak. They
yeah,
had
they were
some.
there or somebody selling a lot of the stuff was there, which um, it's always kind of struck me funny. Is like I always like seeing this stuff because it's like it's basically GI Joe, but it's like they used, I guess the same molds and stuff for their stuff, minus a few things here or there that we didn't get.
Hmm.
But anyway, but yeah, it looks like if you're a fan of that, you could have got some stuff there for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they'll be they should be there again next year if you're looking for some Action Force stuff, start saving up because it ain't cheap.
Right,
Uh,
right.
and here's probably where you'll get your best selection and probably the best prices. Plus no shipping.
Yes.
So
No shipping is a great thing.
yeah.
So
Oops.
these pictures, just so you guys know, they're not in any particular order or anything like that. So we may be talking about one thing next minute we might be jumping. But to me, this was one of the cooler things I saw this weekend or that weekend was
Hmm.
this wagon being, pulled by the dinosaur. I thought that was freaking awesome. Um, so chicken fried toys. Hey, Defiant man. Hey, what's up, man? Defiant was there. We hung out with him.
Yeah.
Um, and Bjorn as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm surprised we haven't seen Bjorn the
I think
chat, but I
Bjorn
know
was
he had
having,
some
I think
technical
Bjorn
issues.
was having phone issues, so he may not be
Yeah.
up around 9. But anyway, so yeah, you've probably seen all these figures before on various chats and streams and stuff. But Chicken Fried was
Yeah.
there with their selection of figures. Um, so you know what they make. What's up, Joel? And so
It's a surprise you like dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure that's sarcasm. But
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, wait till you see what I brought back, and then we'll touch that.
yeah.
Anyway, so they finally had these rabbits or jackalopes or whatever for sale, and I think a few people got into those. I did not get
Hmm.
any. I didn't buy anything uh, from fresh. I mean, not fresh, like from Chicken Fried Toys, just because there was so many other things going on, and so
Yeah.
um, but they
Yeah. I almost got that sundown figure, but I was like, I can order them off the website later.
yeah. So I was I'm definitely like I definitely do like the company, and I like I said I have several figures, but I pretty much
Oh,
had
now
to.
if you go back one real quick, just to let people know what that was, this is their upcoming some like drawings of their upcoming figures in their Cops and Crooks line.
Okay.
And the little space monkeys in the next one, I have no idea what those are, but they look
Yeah, I
cool.
saw those. So he was here at a convention, like about an hour away the weekend before JoeFest, and so we had these on his table, and so I don't know what they were or anything like that, but anyway, so
But yeah, I blew
yeah,
through my budget.
yeah, I yeah, I don't know what a budget was. I mean, I took some money over there, and I had a credit
Mhm.
card. And so I spent all the cash I had, and I put a little bit on the credit card, but I didn't go crazy or anything. So I guess I sort of kept to a budget, sort of.
Yeah, but I did finally pull the trigger on like one big ticket item I'd been eyeing for a while. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that later.
Well, I pulled the trigger on a big ticket item that I probably had only been eyeing for like 15 seconds, but
Well, you did have Defiant there, who
yeah,
I've
yeah,
taught him and Bjorn very well how to be arm twisters, and
we
so
are good at twisting arms. Is all I can say,
yeah,
man. I
enable,
don't know if you've
enable, enable.
clicked on Fat Red Foods comment yet, but I don't have
Oh
any
yeah, no,
information on that stuff. You know,
no. I was at the booth and I saw them. I was like, oh, these look cool.
yeah,
So snap a picture.
yeah. I don't know, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, I don't
Someone's
know.
got a good point here.
Yeah, for
You did
sure.
okay.
So, Creative Beast Studios, as everyone knows, they had their dynos set up, and so yeah, it was hard to walk by this booth knowing what all they had there, and so most of these pictures are from Bob because you know, he got a lot of pictures. This was their like sort of things to come sort of case, and it's kind of hard to see because there's so many things in there. But it's like if you could sort of, and I mean they've already had pictures posted online. Like you could go look at their picture stuff. Man, that Stegosaurus looks so good. And then there's like a dragon in the background to the left that has those like
Hmm.
orange and green wings. That thing looks good. And then the
Well,
woolly mammoth, of course, looks good. So it's like to me, it's
well,
like,
then the Robo Dino next to the woolly mammoth was really
oh
cool.
yeah. It's like it's definitely like you could definitely just spend as much money as you wanted to, you know. So anyway, um, congratulations on your Robo Skull,
Yes, it is a
Nomad.
fine vehicle, and I highly recommend getting the flight stand if you didn't
Yes,
get it already.
yes.
Makes
Um,
displaying it so much easier.
so they have they have their line the Cyberzoic now, which they have action figures now, and they have
Hmm.
armor and stuff like that that will go on fit on the dinosaurs as like an add-on. And so it was bad enough they just had dinosaurs and stuff to sell, and now you can like armor them up and stuff, and then have action figures. It's like geez guys, like give us a
Yeah,
little bit of time to
yeah,
try to save for some dinos, and then this thing happens. And so anyway,
yes.
um,
It's like, where do I need my paycheck direct deposited to?
yeah, they literally spared no expense, as some would
Good one.
say. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I said, you can go back and look at their Instagram, and you can see all this stuff. it's pretty awesome. They've got a card game or something they have coming out.
Yeah, it's I was talking to the guy about it. He said it was kind of like Magic mixed with I think Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh, or I haven't played Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't know for sure. But anyway, you have dinosaurs, you can gear them up, you then have them fight each other and look pretty fun.
Right. Yeah. And this was Crimson Toys here, right here, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you to Rad, because I had totally forgotten to get pictures of their booth.
So,
Or Rad or Defiant. Anyway,
so,
Rad, Defiant, and Bjorn also helped out with some of these pictures.
so a little bit of in between and just just some background information. I show up Thursday evening around I guess 5 or 6. Bob's already there. Dom and his kids are already there in Augusta or whatever. And so we Bob and I do a little bit of a that was the next day because we didn't
Friday.
Inside. That's right. We didn't go inside that day. So anyway, this is Crimson Toys stuff. And so they had a lot of cool stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and it's like some of these little dio pieces, like especially in this white little space base here, are really cool. They're like chromed on the back, and
yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, I really like this. It's basically like his sort of Star Warsy building or whatever that he made. Anyway, you can open the top of it, and he had like little greeblies on the wall and stuff like that. It was super cool.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely I could appreciate that. But anyway, some backstory. So we get there. I get there Thursday night. Bob's already there. Dom's there. And they're like, hey, we kind of get together, so let's get something to eat. And so Bob and I meet Dom and his kids at this pizza place. And so we eat and have pizza. And we leave there. Dom, his kids go back to the room or whatever. And I think that's when we go back and we see that's when we run into Will and Joe.
Joe Recondo.
Joe Recondo in the parking lot of the hotel. We talked to them for a little bit, and Will's son's there. And so, anyway, that concludes Thursday night. Well, it concludes Thursday night for me. Bob, I think, might have went and had a few.
No, Thursday night I was good.
Okay.
I behaved. I was also tired from like driving.
Yeah, me too, man. It's like it took me forever to get there because I was driving into a storm. And so it was like it was raining its ass off for like 30 minutes or so, and I'd kind of get past it or out of a, and then I'd end up running into it again. And so I was pretty much, was driving in the storm pretty much from the whole Arkansas to like Mississippi to like, Alabama, pretty much like in and out of storms. And by the time I got to Georgia, it had pretty much cleared up, and so it was great after that. And also
the road work.
Yeah. Also, after I ended up getting into Georgia, I don't think it never rained a drop until it never rained a drop again on me after that point in time. But hey, Fat Red Foo, Java Long has some information for you.
Yep.
Anyway, hopefully that helps. So these are this was the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force exclusive Downtown Sergeant Brown, the non-Axel Foley figure.
Yeah.
And so I'll send this to you, Joel. I got you one. So I'll send this one to you whenever I can get a chance to go to the post office this week. But anyway, so Eagle Force, Fresh Monkey Fiction, they had all their future pre-order figures, on the table and stuff. And so we got to see a live look at those, and they did not disappoint.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's like I am super excited for these guys, and I cannot wait to get these guys. So anyway,
Damon's here.
Hey, Famine, yeah. I'm saved for JoeFest again, so it's like let's keep it going. Yeah, family would have loved it. I mean, all the dino stuff there, anyway, so that was awesome. Yeah. Um,
And
Pirates and
this,
Rad show up,
mm,
Friday evening and Friday midday or mid morning, or I should say after lunchtime. That's when we ran into Defiant and Bjorn. So
mhm.
anyway, that was kind of how all this kind of came together. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I just like I
And
said, you may not be a fan of like all these figures, but there's definitely some here that would fit like into every world that we
yeah,
have.
and they are available for pre-order
Yes,
now.
yes,
They went
yeah,
up for pre-order JoeFest weekend.
that's
So
right. So on
and
Saturday,
there's not like a it's not like a crowdfunding pre-order. It's just a straight
yeah,
pre-order this
yeah,
time.
they went
So
straight up. So Saturday, there were a few panels at Joe Fest, and so Fresh Monkey Fiction had one, and so we went and we watched that one. Bill Murphy, and it pretty much gave us the scoop on all things Eagle Force. And Fresh Monkey Fiction, Monster Force, Operation Monster
mhm.
Force, all the 6-inch lines and the 4-inch line, and basically um, sort of told us that they're going to make all the figures in both scales. So it's like don't it's like it's happening. He's not going to
Eventually,
well, yeah, yeah, eventually.
yeah,
So it's
it's not
like
going to
don't.
happen all at once.
That's right. So anyway, so we talked to Bill, and then we talked to Mike, which was he's with Big Bad Workshop, and so we
Hmm.
talked to them, and hopefully we'll get them on again, on a stream, whenever
Yeah.
we need to talk about
Yeah.
something or whatever.
And if you
Um,
missed the panel, I did record it. It's up on my YouTube channel. There's like a whole playlist that's got Fresh Monkey Fiction, Grindhouse Toys, and Devil's Bargain Toys.
yeah,
All three of
yeah.
those panels.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say, good job on that, Bob. He basically
thank
recorded
you.
all those, so you can watch them on his YouTube channel. Um, so go feel free. He did the Fresh Monkey one. He did the Grindhouse Toys one. He
Mhm.
did the Super Seven one, right? Or no?
No, I just took pictures of the Super
Okay, okay,
7
okay.
one.
I
But it
mean,
was a pretty short panel anyway. It was
yeah,
more just, hey, here's our schedule of upcoming stuff, and we're not going to
gotcha.
tell you what's in the new waves because we're just not going to do that. So it's kind of like, okay.
Um,
But a new Micronauts wave is coming from Super 7. So
nice, nice.
this guy is stoked about that.
Yes, yes. Also, Bob did record the Devil's Bargain panel on Sunday. I
Mhm.
left early Sunday morning, so I didn't get a chance to go back to Joe Fest then. But anyway, he recorded that, and so good job on that, Bob. If you
You're
guys
welcome.
like to
Thank you.
watch any of those videos, go and if you're not already, give Bob a follow on his YouTube page if you're not already.
Yeah. Now
Um,
I will say I don't do a whole lot of like toy stuff yet, but there are some videos of like places I've been that I thought were cool and interesting, and maybe you think so too. So
right. Yep, definitely. And so anyway, so we watched the panel. It was just Bob, me, Bjorn, and Define at the time in there, and so we watched it. It was a
well,
pretty
there
good.
were other people in the panel
Yeah, yeah,
behind
true,
us,
true,
but
true.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We were not the only ones in there. Yeah, for sure. There was actually a bunch of people in the one we were at.
thank you,
Um,
Defiant.
so let's see here. Okay, speaking of not grindhouse. Speaking of
Devil's Bargain.
yes, Devil's Bargain toys. This is Ed
Yeah.
Hellman's line, and so they made Bullet Man and the Black Jet from the Bullet Man universe, and so this is the new line, the
Another
Shield of Liberty.
continuation. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So super cool figures. They're not ready yet, but they will be available to purchase sometime soon. So
Sometime either by the end of this year or early next year,
right.
I
So
believe.
lots of cool stuff. I can't wait. So like I said,
Yeah.
I'm it's like even though I have a sort of sci-fi world, I'll still be able to use these figures in some
Hmm.
aspect, form, or fashion. So it's like I can't wait to get these. I'm just going to kind of go through the pictures of these. We've talked to Ed a little bit. So okay, so Friday, um, Bob and I get to the convention a little early, and we sort of sneak inside. And
Well, by sneak, you mean we walked in the open front door with no security around?
Bob, it
Yeah.
sounds so much better when we were like, risking our life to go in there, man. Come on, man. It's
It's like,
like,
dude, they might as well put out a welcome mat for us
yeah,
to get in
yeah.
there.
Literally, there was no one watching the doors. There was just people were loading stuff and bringing stuff in, and that's probably the reason why you could just walk in like that. We saw
Yeah.
Will, and we like sort of threw a grappling hook to him, and like flew over to him because he's like, okay, he's home base. If these people
Hmm.
see us talking to somebody like we know, they're not going to say anything to us. The people, the security people, or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
we talked to Will, and he's at Delta 17 with Ken and Joe Ricondo, and so
Mhm.
anyway, so we see the figures that they're setting up and all that stuff at their booth. And it's like, okay, we're gonna, get out of your hair for a little bit, and we're gonna go walk around. So we go and scout out some stuff, and basically, we find, the Fresh Monkey Fiction booth. Bill and Ed are there along with Mike, and so we talked to, them for just a minute or whatever because they're steadily putting figures together and all this stuff. And so we make it around. We sort of just do a little bit of a loop to see, just to sort of scout what the area looks like. And
Mhm.
we made it through there. We made it out alive. Okay, nobody threatened our life. Nobody tried to take away our IDs or whatever, nothing like that. And so
They
we
didn't
got
sick
out of
the
there.
dogs on us.
That's right. That's right. We made it out alive. Okay, and so we were able to tell the tales of that story. So anyway, we meet Bjorn and Defiant after that, a little bit after that, and I think that's when we go have lunch. We go have lunch with them
Hmm.
at Beamy's. It's a sort of a seafood place. Had really good fried catfish.
Yeah, the
Um,
shrimp there is really good too.
yes, yes. So hit the button too fast. But if you can see, a lot of these figures. Why is it doing that for? A lot of these figures are. Hold on a second. I have got to. What is going on here? Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, a lot of these figures are using some of the same parts, but are repainted different, different colors. But anyway, I went too far still. Um, I like the way they look. That's definitely a Bullet Man head. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
anyway. Also, um, Ed broke the news that they were going to do some form of reissue of the Bullet Man.
Yep. Bullet Man and Black Jet are coming to Big Bad Toy Store, so
Hey,
be on the
so
lookout.
if you didn't get those guys, I would strongly advise to, if you see the pre-order go up, get them right then, because
Yeah.
they're not going to be hanging around for 6 months. It's like, you need to know the secret handshake when you see them go up, because
Yeah.
they're,
And
if
now,
you missed them, do not hesitate, to get them then, because if you don't get them then, you may never get them at that point in time.
yeah. Now the
Um,
Bullet Man is going to have some different, some paint deco changes and a logo change, and the Black Jet is going to come with two new gang member heads. So if you got like the three gang members when it came out additionally, now you can add to that, add to his gang.
right.
Yeah,
And it may
I
not
just
be
got
the
it here.
same. It may not be the same Bullet Man figure that was released, but if you don't have a Bullet Man, then you still. I mean, I didn't. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's any kind of variation of it, I'm gonna get another one just because.
Oh yeah,
I
totally.
So anyway, so right around the corner of Fresh Monkey Fiction was
Oh, that's
Grindhouse
right.
Toys. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So Grindhouse Toys at that particular time, they had just went live with their well, no, the previous Friday they went live with their
Hmm.
Kickstarter, and so yeah, Bob's good.
Saturday it funded.
Yeah, Bob's good at twisting arms.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, um, you've seen these figures before. We were in the panel. When we walked into the panel, 5 minutes before the panel even started, it funded. It was at 100%. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Chris for that, because it's like, it's a good thing that it funded, and so he's super happy, and we just got to try to meet those stretch goals now if we can.
Yep.
I haven't checked
So,
it the past day or so, but I think there's like maybe
uh,
14 or 15 days left or something like that. And
yeah, there's still a good time on it. And so yes, you can back this with confidence that it will be coming out. It's just a matter of how many stretch goals do we
mhm.
push through. And let me hang on, I'm pulling it up.
And so you've seen all these figures before, guys. So nothing new here really. Um, the stream was, I mean, the panel was pretty cool. He talked about some stuff. If you go back and watch Bob's recording of that, you will definitely see some stuff not here. So that's kind of a tease, maybe, to make sure you go and watch that. Um,
So just to give you an update on where they're at funding wise, they are at 82,825 of a $72,000 goal.
okay.
So almost to that first stretch goal.
And they don't charge you until the day it goes live. So it's like, you know, you can definitely, I would suggest, get you 2 or 3 figures. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can get more, but get you at least a couple,
Or
because,
just go all in. Just go ahead
or
and go
yeah,
all
or
in.
just
You know you
push
want
the
them
button.
all. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, just order them. Just put it on a credit card. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure your
Yeah.
wife will let you off the couch and
Yeah.
back into the bedroom eventually.
I mean, it's only so many dollars. It's like you can pay that back over the next 6 months.
Mhm.
Just eat ramen a few nights a week or something like that.
Robin's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so we got to the Marauder portion of the show. These are some new figures they have coming out. I don't really know when, because I didn't really get
Yeah, this
what.
is Marauders, their Aqua stuff. If Bjorn was here, he could tell us when it would come out, but I don't remember when. There was just so much information that the brain can hold. And to answer Starboy here, I'm fairly confident we'll get to Steamboat Willie,
You
but
heard him.
he is
You
on
heard him.
down on the stretch goal. So
I think that figure will get made one way or another. So, anyway,
yeah, I mean, all of them will
um,
probably get made eventually, just
yeah,
because everybody seems to be pretty like first Kickstarter funded and is going over. If nothing else, there'll be another Kickstarter and it will probably fund as well. So,
yeah. So here's a scuba dude from Marauders.
mm,
Um, looks pretty cool.
yeah,
Um,
mm,
let's see. Here's a one with all the stuff on him. And then there's just a generic dude with scuba stuff, accessories on him.
yeah,
And then you got
little
like,
leg.
you got some tools and stuff, and then the spear. I actually got one of those spears. They gave me one of them.
Oh,
Um,
nice. You
yeah,
get one
when
as an extra.
yeah, as an extra. It's like if you buy stuff from them, they usually give you a gun or some kind of accessory free. And so I
Mm,
got that spear, which is a never before seen thing there. So it's kind of cool. Um, so there's they got this one coming
direwolf.
coming out.
Mm,
I guess sometime close to the time as those other things. I guess. Oh,
Probably.
okay. So
Oh,
on one side of the Marauder,
it's a harpoon, Brian, not a spear.
yeah, okay, yeah, yes.
Uh,
On one side of the Marauder, Robo Skull or Skeletron, I should say, booth, they had this display set up by Eddie American, who's Billy Kessler on Instagram. He does all the toy photography for a lot of these companies and stuff. What did Foo said?
Oh, he was asking if you were the one that didn't have
Yeah,
any
I had
Marauders.
actually one figure that Eddie gifted me last year by way of Bob, and because he heard that I didn't have any Marauder figures, and so he got me one that was one of the geared up figures that had the Skeletron head, and it was like all kind of tan and had the hood and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, that was the only figure I had of Marauders, and so I was very curious to see, if I would get into any, and then they did that collaboration at JoeFest with Creative Beast Studios when they did the Dino Hunters. And so, yes, I definitely took the plunge. I think I have maybe 7, 8 figures now that I bought there. So anyway, hey Will, how are you doing, man? I'll have to catch your stream probably tomorrow at work. Today was like my wife and my wedding anniversary, and so this weekend has just been crazy as far as like doing stuff. And so anyway, I can't wait to go back and watch it to see your JoeFest side of the story. But anyway, they had a Skeletron, the Robo Skull there, and it looked freaking awesome. I definitely recommend picking one up if you are on the fence about getting one. Thanks, Will. And so it was awesome meeting you, by the way. I wish I'd have been able to talk to you more on Saturday, but I had a sort of an incident that I sort of took me out of a lot of stuff Saturday. So anyway, but yeah, so this is a figure that they had for JoeFest. Bob, how many did you get of these?
I got 4. I just kept myself to 4. Nice little fire team. Now, when I say 4, I mean 4 of that specific figure. I did get some other Marauder figures.
Right. Javalong, yes, this stream was approved. She approved the stream because we did a lot of our anniversary stuff earlier in the weekend and then this morning, and so yeah, we're good to go now. But yeah, so I ended up picking up
for Brian tonight.
Huh? Do what?
I said no couch surfing for you tonight.
That's right. Yeah, I get to sleep in the bed tonight. So I picked up 2 of these guys, and so hopefully they'll have them for sale on their website or whatever. I'm not real sure.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, it's a super cool figure, and of course that Skeletron head, I think it's just a chef's kiss, man. It's like I think that is one of the best heads that a company's made in a long time, because it just goes. If you ask Bjorn, and I agree with him, it goes literally on everything. I mean, there's nothing. It's not one body that really doesn't look good. But anyway, this was sort of like the collaboration, Dino Hunters and Marauders and Creative Beast Studios, and so they had a few sets for sale of figures. But Eddie, he's the one who set up this diorama, and so it looks so good.
Yeah,
I actually
and there's so many like little things in there.
Yeah, like this dinosaur with the Uzi in his hand. If you can kind of really squint, it's like crunching down on the Skeledrones, and it's got like a Uzi in one hand, which I thought was just awesome. But I did get to meet Eddie. He was actually behind the booth where they were making the Marauder Build-A-Figures, and there was a couple guys back there, and they were like, one or giving you the body and to choose what body you want to choose from, and then you go further down, and Eddie was on the other end, and you had like all the little packets and this and that. I mean, literally, there was so much. I mean, Marauders has so many pieces that go on them, but anyway, but yeah, these are so cool, man. It's like the set was awesome. And that's what, yeah, it's like, it's in the trees. That's, I've been wanting to say that since I saw this. Like, it's in the trees from Predator. Anyway, super good stuff. And a lot of these figures were for sale there, as you know, with the Dino. You had to like the Dino Riders or Dino Hunters. I'm sorry, Dino Hunters. They had like you could buy a small raptor in a figure, or you had bigger figures, and other Dino Hunters would come with it, and it was super good. Yeah, nice going, man.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was a hell of a
it
deal
was a
that they had.
super good deal for all those dinos and those figures. And honestly, if I'd have known they probably were going to do something like that, I probably would have went in on the all in just because it was such a good deal. But I just really couldn't shoot all my money that night right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, and
Oh,
also they sold out within like 15 minutes. So it's like, you know,
yeah, they were going fast.
They were fast. Like we got VIP passes to where you could go in an hour before the show starts, pretty much. But most everybody did that. But it's like the people who didn't, they didn't even get a shot at the Marauder Dino Riders collaboration with the Creative Beats because
Marauders was like what, the third or fourth table we hit, and by the time we got there were like 4 of those all-in sets left.
Pretty much.
And
there was
Fat Red Food. When the Skeletron like Robo figures come out in the 4-inch scale, expect to start seeing Cyberlags because Marauders made those figures as well. So
this was like the Marauder figure, the build Marauder or make Marauder or whatever. It was like $25. You get your choice of all those bodies there to choose from, and then you can just put pieces on it, the armor and all that stuff, head, sculpt. You know, you can choose arms or robot arms, and so that's what I did. I got robot arms with my guy because you know,
because why not?
Yeah, exactly right.
I think I got a picture of like, oh yeah, there it is, like all the little bins.
Yeah, this was like probably Saturday, so it's like this has been thinned out a lot by that point in time.
This may have
they just had a steady stream of people going through there, you know. This is kind of what the booth looked like from sort of the side and the front. So one side was Marauders, and the other side was Skeletron. And so the side that you can see right now, that's the one side that they had the Creative Beast Studio Dino Hunters right there. But at that point in time, I think they were sold out by then because
they are pretty close to sold out. I know the all-in set went pretty quick, but even the little one-offs went pretty fast because they were still a really good deal too. Like I got the $40 Raptor and a figure.
Yeah, so this is what I got. So I got the $40 one right here, the Raptor, and it came with one Marauder figure. It's kind of okay. So that's kind of basically right there.
There we go. Well, close enough.
Yeah. So I got this one and a Marauder figure, but I have not put any of my Marauder figures together yet, just because it's been a long week and it's just there's lots of pieces, and so anyway, but I did get a few Marauder figures. These were some of the figures they had coming. They had at the table. The one to the right, we've already seen. It's the one that Bob and I were talking about that we've already got a few of them. The one to the left was a new guy there, Tripwire-esque.
Mine detector.
Yes. And so he was pretty cool. I almost pulled the trigger on him, but I did not. Just because at this point in time, I'd already gotten most of the stuff I was going to get, and it was just kind of like saving some money for other things. But these were the Build-A-Figures. I mean, these were figures that you could buy that were like already pre-built, and
and yes, those are soft goods like that coat.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the guy at the very bottom with the brown cloak is the one that I got last year.
That's right.
So yeah, that one was the one I got. But yeah, this was a lot of the built up. Was it built up figures or what do they call
Geared
them?
up.
Geared up figures.
Geared up, yeah.
So super cool.
which are really a great deal because they're $25 a piece, and they like the ones I got had like extra pieces and whatnot that I didn't even put on them yet. So
oh yeah, yeah. A figure for $25, you can. It was definitely worth it for sure.
yeah, and it's definitely a cheaper price than if you try to go and like source all these parts out individually.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that guy in the back is a. I mean, is that a fresh monkey? I mean,
Green. Yeah. No, it's a Marauder figure. They just got a
okay.
little but Fresh Monkey has a
Yeah. They
similar
call him
figure, the Eagle
Blockhead, though,
Force
right?
line. Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, these were a lot of the geared up figures you could buy. Um, I did not. I don't even know if I saw. Well, yeah, I think I saw these guys, but I didn't really. So anyway,
Yes. Yeah, the top of the little drone is the same. The ball on it's the same as the heads.
yeah,
On the
yeah,
figures.
that's right. Yeah, those Skeledrones, you can put guns on top of them where the heads are for some of the guns, and so anyway, pretty cool. Let's see here. So
Sort of new Pat Red Foo. It's like parts that they've kind of reassembled. So
yeah, they had it last year, didn't they?
I think so, or one kind of similar to it.
Similar, yeah. So this is the Vietnam line, I guess, that's coming out, and I'm sure most people who know about it. It's like they have various figures from the various movies, and you can definitely tell who's who when you look at the figure.
Yeah.
But super cool.
And one thing Bjorn was telling me was that starting with the Vietnam line, you're going to be able to take the upper arms out of the torso.
Yeah.
Like currently with like Marauders figures, you'd have to like crack open the torso to get the upper arms out. Starting with these, you should be able to just heat and pop them out.
Right.
So I've been told.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone recognizes this guy, but he'd probably yell at you,
Yeah. Ask you what your major malfunction is.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, so there's, like I said, if you're wanting to hit that timeline, they're definitely doing it. Definitely it adds a new, it's like, I know not everybody does sci-fi and stuff like that, but it's like you could always do a Godzilla or a King Kong, or something like that, like Skull Island type of deal where, it's back in the 70s or whatever, and they're going against something, But anyway, super cool stuff. That's a John Wayne character there. You can't really tell it from that picture, but if you get real close,
yeah, they may have gotten a better picture of them, or may not have, but yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
Like weapons and accessories that'll be coming out.
Yeah, I don't know. So me and Defiant, we made the front page. Defiant's to the far left, and I'm second to the left.
Oh wait,
but yeah, so this was posted on their Instagram stories, and I'm like, yep, there's me spending money. You know what I'm saying? It's like anyway, but super cool guys there, and they definitely were super friendly and very helpful.
Oh yeah. They
I
kept
did
trying
not
to give
get
me
a
more than
chance.
one bag.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, dude, I've got a bag.
Yeah,
Oh, but
yeah.
you need another one. And I'm like, no, it all fits. Thank you, but yeah, I'm good.
They definitely
They've
ran
got
out
another customer.
Saturday. They definitely ran out of bags Saturday. I'm like, well, if you hadn't been give everybody a buck, I mean, like, if you saw somebody with a bag, don't offer them a bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I think I got 3 bags from Marauders, myself. But anyway, so Skeletron was there. I didn't get a chance to talk to them. But they did have some figures on display, and man, I tell you,
now
I really
think
like
the
this
head is going to be different on this robotic skeleton. That head looked kind of prototype-ish, but
yeah, I like the body though, man. So it's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like you'll probably get some of those cyber legs once these come out.
You want to speak on this guy, Bob?
Yes. So this is a figure. They haven't decided how they're going to release it yet, but it's like a kind of a Yeti type figure. It's going to be an O-ring, and it looks like it's like clear blue, translucent, with some like overlays and whatnot. So this was is going to be part of like a memorial to Aaron, who ran Roma Collectibles, and their like mascot was a Yeti. So
Yeah.
he passed away this year. So this is like I said, I don't know how they're going to release it yet, but it's a memorial figure for him.
And the mask comes off too, supposedly,
I
right?
believe so. I think I saw him, take the mask off.
Gotcha.
Oh, and to answer, the robot guys are coming in 4 and 6 inch.
Yeah, that robot guy this guy right here, he's 4-inch right there.
Yeah. Yeah. The 6-inch ones were like down in the cabinet.
Yeah.
I think I got a picture of them later, but we'll see.
But anyway, so this Marauder.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
Robo-Skull Skeletron figure. So he has a different head sculpt, which you will only be able to get. You will only be able to get if you order the mask that goes on the Skeletron Robo-Skull. Yeah, Robo-Skull ship. And so anyway, so that's the only way you can get this.
And that mask is only $15 on their website. So even if you don't want the mask, you're still getting this awesome looking figure for $15. So
and you get other accessories too, I'm thinking, right? Some other pieces that comes with it.
I don't know. Like the listing only lists the mask itself.
Oh, does it? Okay.
When I was talking to the guy at the booth, he was saying this is going to be like a hidden, well, not so much hidden now, but a bonus like add-in when you get the mask. So
Right. Anyway, I'll definitely be getting a mask because I want to get this head sculpt.
Yeah, I've already put in an order for one.
Right.
As soon as I got home, I was like, ding, ding.
And so anyway, this is going to be the people that we saw portion of the show. Dom and his 2 kids, we ran into them a few times here and there and hung out with them a little bit. And then these guys right here are just total legends. They were just running crazy all over JoeFest that weekend.
Yeah, getting you to spend some money.
Yeah, well, that was going to happen regardless. There's Will. We pretty much had pictures sent to us and stuff because we didn't really get
and I'm sorry, like there are a lot of people I meant to get pictures with and just running around.
Yeah. So this was Rad and Pirate showed up by this point in time. So we got to eat with a few people that we knew, and it was.
These are some other folks. Most of them do like more like Joe centric or GI Joe centric streams and channels, but all nice guys.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody. I didn't run into anybody there that had a bad attitude, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Fatback. He showed up on Sunday. I was, like I said, I was gone by then, but he came by for a visit. And
this is me trying to figure out how to take selfies because I don't usually do that.
Yeah, that's funny.
This one was a little better after I'd been reminded again. Hey, Bob, you got to flip the camera.
That's right. Yeah,
it's like the second time.
Bob is a master of taking the picture like this, but if it's a selfie, it's probably it's not a normal thing for him.
No thing. Yeah.
So this was a Saturday. I would say Saturday morning, I guess, some point in time. I think. So there's
Joe Recondo.
Recondo, yes.
If you need some Delta 17 stuff, hit him up on Instagram. He will get you hooked up.
Sure. Yeah, super, super nice guy. Like I said, I didn't run into anybody that had any kind of like bad attitude or anything. It was pretty much just a cool, chill weekend, to be honest with you. There's Hans Chow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. saw him all over the place. Let's see here. Hold on a second. What is going on here? Um, let's see.
Oh, yeah, while you're doing that, let me back up here. There's a
Well, for some reason, it's only allowing me to do 100 pictures. So just hang tight for a second,
oh,
Bob, and let me go
not a
back and see
problem.
what is going on with
Yeah,
this
I
because
will. Yeah, while you do that, I'll talk with some folks here. So it looks like, according to Chris, with the skull or the Robo Skull mask, you just get the head and gear, or you get the head, etc., but not the full figure. I thought the guy said the full figure, but I could have been mistaken. And also, it was quite loud in there, so it was a little hard for me to hear. But even the gear and the head sculpt for $15 is a good deal, in my opinion. So what else we got here?
yeah, let me.
Folks saying hey to Bjorn, who's shown up with us. But yeah, it was there was like all sorts of stuff. Like in the background, you can see the Call Sign Lombo folks were there, and something I was talking about. I think it might have been in the members follow up on Will's chat. Was one thing that's great about JoeFest is not only do the independent creators show up, but you get to like sit and like actually talk with them, or not sit and talk, but you get to talk to them at the booth. You're not just getting the PR guy, you're getting to talk with the people
Right,
that are
right.
passionate about the project, and you not only get to feel them being passionate about it, but it also makes the products a little more exciting, in my opinion. Hey, whoops, where'd you go? MCR is here with us. Hey. Sorry, my voice is kind of starting to give out a little. Hang on.
Let's see. I'm
Here's an
trying to figure out
update.
why I can't get all the rest of the slides.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you will need a wolf trooper to add to that, but still, I think a good deal overall. The head, the gear, and all that. And yeah, here we go. Still great. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me.
Well, let's see here. I don't know why. Let's try this.
And yeah, Bjorn got the full lowdown on the Vietnam figures from Marauders. And yeah, looking forward to that body upgrade. Hopefully, it'll also eventually filter into like their like troopers and whatnot. Oops.
Let's see here. Let me see.
And now we're encouraging Starboy to like buy toys, which is our job. And so, congrats.
Yeah.
We have succeeded.
I am trying to get this thing going. I don't know. I guess maybe because there's so many pictures, this thing is just not wanting to. I don't know.
Process them all.
Yeah, it's. I've had more pictures on before, but for some reason, it's just not wanting to. I don't know if I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, yeah. So super good time. So basically, we watched some panels.
Yep.
We got to go out with people, hang out with them. We bought a lot of stuff, and it was a super good time. Like I said, I would definitely recommend it.
Oh yeah.
Going back, definitely fun. And anyway, it's like I said, I have zero complaints. I think now I've got this thing working. Hold on a second. Let me.
Well, and also I posted up some stuff on Instagram this weekend with some like commentary and like pictures I took here at home. So feel free to check that out if we in case we don't get this going.
Yeah.
And
For some reason,
MTR, it's not a contest of whose is bigger. It's all fun and camaraderie.
so
I would
I
have to
guess
say Dom probably had the bigger haul though.
probably.
If you've seen his video of like all those like vehicle parts he picked up for like next to nothing.
So I don't know
But it's not a contest. No.
why I can't get this thing to go. We'll see here. Let me see if I can. me see if I got it now. Hold on.
Even the display is not a contest. It's just the joy you get
Oh,
from plastic is
yeah.
having what.
I mean, I don't know what the deal is. I can't seem to get this thing to pull up. I don't know if it's just too many pictures or what. Let me see if I can do one more thing. I guess. Let me take this off.
Easy now, MCR. This is a family show. Just, I'm kidding.
Um, let's see here. Let me see if
Uh,
I can get this figured. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me do this. So just give me 1 minute, Bob, and I'll see
yeah, take your time.
if I can do this.
The chat is getting kind of lively here. So, yes, there were bins of complete figures, broken figures, all kinds of vehicle parts, all sorts of stuff there that you could just. I mean, you could probably spend like the whole day Saturday going through bins and just do that all day. It's like wall to wall sellers. Um, like in previous years, it had just been like the main floor of the dealer room. Um, Last year, they had to expand a little bit out into the hallway. This year, it was expanded out into the hallway, into an upstairs area. And that was just the main show dealers. Then there was like the evening or the night market where people just like brought out stuff and put it out in the hallway, and you could make purchases and whatnot from them directly. Yeah, Rad's right here. So much stuff. It had all the stuffs. Anyway, at the night market, I found a big old bin of just those star stands for like $15. I was like, yep, here's a 10, here's a 5. I'll just be taking all these with me.
Yeah, I saw there was a big old plastic case full of all those.
Yes. And yes, MCR, yeah. Yeah, it should be out. What was the date on that? I want to say early 26 maybe, or late 25, but yes, at least one more wave. And when I was talking to Brian Flynn, he kind of said that it probably be a third wave, and the second wave of Micronauts will be 2 figures, and then waves after that will be more. So probably four more, maybe 6. We'll have to see. But yes, the more the better.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yep. Fine. We showed that earlier on.
All right, let me see if this thing will do it now. I'm not sure why.
Yep. Yep. Toy overload is an understatement almost. And no scuffles that I was aware of. Uh, Everybody there is usually pretty chill and just happy to be there and talk toys, talk Joe, talk other, stuff that they like. So,
And lots of good restaurants that we were close to.
oh yeah, yeah. And we didn't
So
even hit half of them. I mean,
right,
there's a ramen place there that I was wanting to try, but just didn't make it. Didn't make it there.
right.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I got new glasses this week. I'm still trying to get used to them.
Um,
Oh yes, this one, the one from Raging Spoon. Yes, that's later in the slideshow. If we don't get to, I'll post over.
yeah, I'm having a slight problem with this thing that I normally deal. I mean, this normally it has all kinds of pictures that I can do, but for some reason it is not wanting to. Um, it is not wanting to pull up the pictures, and so I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me too, MCR. Although Brian keeps saying, not this Brian, but Brian Flynn from Super 7 keeps saying he wants to do stuff that can't be acquired or stuff that's like new. So it may be a while before we get to a Repto, just because you can go on eBay and get like a Amigo or a Palisades Repto. So, but a new one with like bicep swivel would be awesome.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
Oh yeah, PLM. I think you're talking about Knuckle Sandwich. Yeah, they're real good. We were gonna go there, but we had too big of a group for their venue. So we
Yeah, if
went
it was
to a
gonna be like
Mexican
one or
place
two
around the
people,
corner.
if it was like one or two people, it'd have been cool to go in there. But there's no way. There was just no way, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Farmhouse. Yeah. Great burgers.
for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, I do not know why it's. I'm gonna try it one more time. If not, then we'll have to punt Bob and do something the next time because
yeah. We'll just do a part 2 or post stuff
yeah.
on Instagram. One or the other.
Okay.
And no, I didn't see any Joy Toy there. Did see some boss fight at the Roma Collectibles booth, which sadly this will be their last. This was their last year there because they had some pretty good deals. Oh, wait a minute. I think, Bjorn, are you saying you saw some Joy Toy there? Good plants. Oh, yeah. The Peeling, the first wave of Palisades had a lot of QC issues, but the second wave they got a lot of that fixed up. So, and Repto and like Galactic Defender were in the second wave, so they should be. The ones I got were solid. They were fine, no issues. Other
Yeah.
than the O-ring will eventually wear out, but yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can do something. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. So we're not gonna be able to get all the pictures, but we'll see what we can get. Anyway, these were all the guys that we were hanging out with. Um, you recognize a lot of these guys. You see them Fridays and Sundays and Wednesdays. But all nice people, you know. I actually got to check two things off my list. I got to go to JoeFest, and then I got to check out an emergency room in Augusta. So that was awesome. So Saturday morning, I sort of had like a panic attack and or anxiety attack, and so I went to the emergency room because something just felt weird. And I knew that's probably what it was, but I just want to make sure since I was the only one there and that I was 10 hours away from, my family and stuff and from home that, that's what it was. And, they checked my heart and all that stuff. And so nothing going on there. It was pretty much just an anxiety attack. And so, yeah, I got up at 5 a.m. and drove to the closest emergency room to sit there for 4 hours while they ran tests and stuff to see. Not bad MCR, not bad. But they had a TV in the room, and it was like I think I watched like 7 episodes of Roseanne. It was just back to back to back to
Oh,
back.
I'm sorry.
And they were not in chronological order. So that was. It was like, hey, there's Becky. There's a different Becky. Hey, there's a different Becky again. So anyway, but yeah, so that was my Saturday. So I was really kind of out of it most of the day just because I don't know if anybody has ever had a panic attack or anxiety, but PSA for you guys. It can sort of drain you and just make you not feel the best. And so anyway, I recovered from that, and so Defiant and Bob, they were good guys. And they were like, "Hey, man, you just let us know if you need something or whatever." And so there were times where I had to just go and sit down or go and lean up against the wall because I was just kind of going through it. But anyway, I finally felt better by the time it's like we went to eat lunch and I just couldn't eat anything just because I don't know. But a few hours later, I was starving. And so Defiant and I Thanks, MTR. Defiant and I went and I grabbed a hot dog and a candy bar, and he sat with me while I ate some food right quick. And after that, I felt like a lot better. And so I think it was just, having a few, just I needed to be able to recharge the batteries. And I think I had a slight case of vertigo as well. I sometimes have that. And I think I was dehydrated. What the biggest thing was, I just wasn't drinking enough water, and
hydrate
yeah,
Joe
pretty much, yeah. But anyway, everything's all good. I just didn't get to go by and talk to as many people on Saturday and take pictures like I wanted to, and so anyway, that was one of the reasons why I was kind of like MIA a little bit for Saturday, but I still had a good time. This was Delta 17, their display. They had figures set up. You know what they are, guys. You've seen them. They were super nice and helpful. They had all their stuff for sale. It's like just, they had these new awesome robots.
Those things are awesome. I was surprised the arms are as articulated as they are. I mean, they're like full on.
Yes.
Articulated arms.
All kinds of range of motion for those arms instead of just the up and down that you think they would be. So, yeah, super cool. Who is this, Bob? I can't remember.
This is Rise of Nexus.
Okay.
So, for whatever reason, Matt LaCroix had to leave early. I don't know why. None of my business. But he let Rise of Nexus set up in his spot on Sunday when he was gone. So these are you probably, if any of you that have seen on Instagram, I've been sharing his stuff.
Yes.
I really like. They're O-ring figures, and I really like them because they're like different than like most of the like military figures. Nothing wrong with the military figures. I get those too, but some variety doesn't hurt.
Yeah. And then moving right along, Operation Recall figures. We're just going to kind of zoom through these just because there's a lot of pictures.
Yeah, most of these are the 2-ups anyway, but I just,
So anyway,
you get an idea of what the designs are going to be. And then
Super 7. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Super 7 was there, and Bob got to chit-chat with them for a little bit.
Although I couldn't get as much information out of Brian Flynn as I wanted to, but he was very, very close to the chest on what was coming up.
Yeah. They pretty much dropped these figures, I guess, Friday that they were going up for pre-order, and so the Cobra La guy, I'm definitely interested in for sure.
Yeah, he looks really good, and like before, like my only two like Cobra La characters that I liked were like Pythona and Nemesis Enforcer, but they made that guard look pretty cool.
Yeah, he did. And this is, of course, the Universal Monsters from that Reaction Plus line, I guess is what they're calling it. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, so if you're scheduled for a colonoscopy, you probably had these figures when you were a kid because these guys, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they had the Wolfman, they had the Creature, they had Dracula and Frankenstein, and those little 4-inch, or I guess say 4-inch figures, but the 1/18 way back in the day. They were just plastic. They just 5 POA, as Bob said, and so, but they were cool, man. They were cool. They were Universal Monsters, and these are the O-ring versions of these guys with the, like I said, the Reaction Plus. So there's a little bit more to it than just a standard O-ring figure.
Well, sorry, don't mean to contradict you, but no, they are just standard O-rings. They don't even.
Are they just standard? Okay. My bad.
They're more though than the Reaction 5 POA figures. I think that's where the plus is.
So these are just regular O-rings. They're doing the G.I. Joe or the Reaction Plus, right?
Yeah. These are like your classic, G.I. Joes.
All right. Okay. Anyway, so Bob, his Micronaut figures are over there in the right-hand corner, which he's already got. But He did like to see him represented there, and
Oh
at
yeah,
the convention.
always love to see my Micronauts, and getting news that more waves are coming because sales on these two were better than expected was just great. I mean,
Awesome,
just
awesome.
great news. Yeah.
I have not got either one of those guys, but I definitely plan on getting the one with the Biotron figure because I like that guy.
Yeah,
I
he's a
just
cool bot.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Now
he's
his arms are a little limited in the articulation, like they don't have a bicep swivel, and I was thinking I could like cut one and put a joint in, but there's so much like little detailing on the sides that I'm like, oh, I don't want to mess that up. So anyway,
yeah, they look pretty cool. These were what was this?
this is call sign longbow.
Okay, call sign.
Yeah, sorry, this picture didn't turn out as good as I thought it did.
Line.
But these are some of the paint masters that they've got.
Gotcha.
Um,
So, it's like go check them out on their Instagram. You know what they are. Um, what is this?
this is Ramen Toys.
Okay, Ramen Toys. Are they the
Yeah, so
one
this
doing the mask? Vehicle? Not mask.
no, they did.
Okay,
So
I
they
thought
did
this was
some like,
mask.
well, this is some of their not masks,
Mm,
but
gotcha.
who is it? Crap, the name just escaped me. Anyway, there's another company that's doing like official
Right. Yeah.
mask
All right.
releases.
So this is not them. Okay. Yes. So anyway, um, this was, I guess, more
Yeah,
things they
this
were
is more
doing.
ramen toys. These are like some 1/12 scale tanks that they
Gotcha.
have available.
Gotcha. Reconnect was there, and so
Hmm.
they had some cool stuff set up. We're just going to zoom through here. They have an Instagram account if you guys are
Yeah.
looking to.
And all this stuff is currently available on their website. So
Yep. Some pretty cool stuff there. I did not get to see them. I did not get to see all the booths because of my Saturday issues, but super cool.
here it is. Loyal Subjects is doing the
Okay.
official
Gotcha.
mask stuff.
Thanks, NCR. Thanks.
Yeah.
And
And
Chris.
yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Oh,
ramen has some stuff.
yeah, I was going to pick this up for Joel, but I just didn't want to,
Yeah.
blow the budget right then and there. It's like, yeah, they had some people had stuff there priced pretty decent, and they had some stuff there that was priced, a little
Well, on
high.
the high side. Yeah.
Yeah, and so of course I don't have any idea how much this thing was worth or is worth or should be worth, but Joel loves Indiana Jones, so it's like if I see Indiana Jones stuff, I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to him. I had a friend of mine wanting this guy from Savage Crucible. He was like hoping it was going to be there. He was. I got him. He's already got him. A couple days after I got back, we like met up and I gave him his stuff. There's a Seth Green alert. He was there that weekend, and he had a panel that he did, and then he wandered all over the
Yeah,
the
you could
floor.
have just asked him for a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll get that
But I
joke.
was like, I sent that to my wife. Say, hey, Seth Green's here. Anyway, seemed like a
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool dude. Yeah. They had all kinds of figures for sale. They had hacks figures, boss fight figures there that they had some people had pretty decent sales on. I grabbed a couple of those. Anyway, I don't know why I put this picture in there twice, but that's what the Marauder section looked like. These are some shots from up top that Bob took, I think.
Yeah, just to kind of try to give people a sense of scale of
Yeah.
how big this was. And this was just the main dealer floor. This wasn't out in the hall and then the
Yeah. Yeah, they had an upstairs area and then a hall area, and so it was massive. We even saw Batman.
Yeah, this guy's and I'll give this guy props for wearing that costume in the heat and humidity that Augusta,
Yeah.
Georgia has.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I was wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt, and I was sweating my butt off. So I can just imagine somebody in a freaking costume, So anyway, These
just
guys at
more.
least were in the AC, so it's like
Yeah.
but I'm sure they were still sweating.
Oh yeah, and the panel on that bat, the guy in the bat suit's chest would open up, and he had like lights and stuff
Oh
going
yeah,
on inside.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It was pretty cool. A lot of people that did cosplay stuff there was pretty cool. There was
oh yeah, yeah.
Commander and the Baroness were there, and
hmm
so anyway, so we're just gonna
These
have a
are cool.
zoom through these, but these are Fresh Monkey Fictions 6-inch figures. If you're interested, you can go back and check it out. But these are various lines that they're doing.
Some cool stuff. If I collected 6-inch, I'd be all over this.
Yeah. Do you see that suit? That guy on the left? Do you recognize that suit from anywhere, Bob?
It seems kind of like possibly a Pee Wee Herman suit, but
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I have my buddy when it comes out. I just want to okay.
you're breaking up, or at least it sounds like you're breaking up to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you
No, hear me now? Hello, hello.
go. Hello.
Can anybody hear me right now? Maybe. Chat, can you hear me?
Uh-oh, sounds like you caught a techno virus.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me now, Bob?
Yeah, it's a little clearer now. Still a
Okay.
little bit of distortion, but not too bad.
All right. Well, we're gonna go through this. I think all my kids are on stuff right now, so we'll try to get through
But
these.
that's saying they can hear you, so that's the important part.
Okay. Yeah. So they're doing a Cops and Crooks line on 6-inch from Fresh Monkey. You can follow along with that if you want to. But yeah, they were super cool. These are some of the various figures they had out and coming out. Prototypes of figures coming out. Next year, guys, here you go, right here.
Here's the dates. Mark it down now. Start saving up.
Yeah. This was some of the various other companies that had stuff out. This was Chosen Prime with their Fans Hobby exclusive 6-inch vehicle. Let's see here. Lots of Legos. This is going to be JoeFest in a nutshell right here.
Yeah, just some kind of random stuff just to give you an idea.
6-inch range figures right here. So supposed to be releasing in October. Zartan.
Life size O-ring Zartan.
Yeah. Figures for sale.
Yeah. Oddly enough, they had G.I. Joe figures for sale at JoeFest.
Yeah, lots of G.I. Joe figures. There's an O-ring bat.
Yeah.
More toys for sale. Imagine that.
Yeah, and they had these guys that do they're called Figures Not Included or something like that. They do like all these cool diorama setups.
You mean they were going to sell G.I. Joe figures there?
I know, it's shocking. Oh, and here's a guy dressed up as a one of the Delta 17 figures.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I'm sure they were happy about that.
Oh yeah. They got some pictures with them and everything. It's
various vehicles for sale.
Yeah.
Various figures for sale. This was Cosmic Legions figures, and they had the display there. The owner was there. I thought it was cool. They have the Mythic Legions there as well. So Sparrow was there with their Animals of the Kingdom. Super cool stuff.
Again, these are cool. Just not my scale.
Yeah, the wrong scale.
This was somebody new, Brutal Realms.
Yeah,
they had a cool setup, like display, and some of their figures give me that kind of like a warlord from the center of the earth kind of feeling.
Yeah. We're now to the what Bob picked up portion of the show. So Joel, I don't know if you got to that or not, but that was, I'm not real sure what that was. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was a thing that Cosmic Legions has, or if it's something that you grabbed from somebody else to use. But anyway, but yeah, here is your downtown Sergeant Brown from
Yeah.
Fresh Monkey Fiction.
And that, like I said, there's more pictures. I just did a quick because there were so many other pictures from the show. I just did a quick all
Right, right.
pictures. There's more on my Instagram if you want to see that
I'm just going to kind of
commentary.
zoom through these.
No,
Cobra La.
but this is Pythona who could solo a Cobra Terror drum, so she's badass and gets a pass on being part of Cobra Law.
Yeah. One of the Dino Hunters packs that you got. It looks like I got the same
Yeah.
one.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Like these Dino Hunters gave me some like new ideas of like combinations with Marauders parts.
Yeah.
Um, oh, so to answer Joel here, that Roundhead, I'm assuming you mean this one, is it's a playoff of the Action Force Muton figure, except this one's female, so I call her like Muton Maiden. This is one of their geared up figures, so it came this way. I don't know if you can get that head separately, but that piece just plugs right into the ball joint on the neck. So
Here's your squad of
uh,
those guys.
yeah, yeah, and all of them do come with this little drone with the gun. I just didn't
Right, right.
put them all in there.
Your Delta 17
Hellstorm,
robots. Yeah.
yep, and then the 2-pack,
Yeah.
the Desert Ops
Yeah.
versus. And I did pick up a couple more Okamis, even though I keep telling myself I'm not going to army build an O-ring. I've got like 6 of them now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's no problem there, Bob.
No, no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You weren't saying you can't get that head separate. Oh, no, you can't get that head separately. My bad. Sorry. New
Okay.
glasses. Still getting used to
Gotcha.
them.
You
And
picked
this is Bjorn hooked me up with this even before the show, but he brought it out instead of having to ship it. The Leonard Colonial Marines APC, which
nice.
it's not to scale. There's some pictures on Instagram. You can see it's a lot smaller. But it's still a cool little vehicle that I want to
Right.
custom up. Let's
Here's your
see.
stands.
Michael here's saying that Raging Spoon made the Muton head. So, all right. It was a cool figure, and I was like, yep, that'll be a nice addition to my Crimson Shadows instead of Red Shadows.
Oh, that
Oh,
looks
and
familiar.
these are some parts that Rad gave me. He brought me a little box of 3D printed parts and crates and stuff. So
Yeah, I got some stuff from Rad as well. I posted on my post a couple days ago. Got some cool accessories and stuff I can paint up and put in the world. Let's see here. Oh, so as far as Star Wars goes, there really wasn't anything there. However, if you guys got the Star Wars Vintage Collection, it's like a book of figures that are like the past few years are like the Vintage Collection. They've had a book out. It was like $50 or $60. Came out like maybe like 2 years ago. Well, this is part 2, so it's an updated look at all the figures that have come out since then. And so I kind of thought that was cool because I got the first one. And if you like vintage figures at all, it gives you like the whole sort of breakdown of like what number they were, and whatever little bio is on the picture of them, And so if you're like a nerd like me, you might have got it. But anyway,
I
so
think
this
we
is
might have some nerds in the audience.
yeah.
I'm just gonna venture a
Yeah.
guess.
But anyway, I do like to have books to like look at collections of figures and stuff, and so it's not really an art book; it's just a book of figures that have been released. And this will be a part 2, so it will have everything up to I'm sure what has come out before it gets printed. Um, Also, some food that was pretty awesome. We went to this
Yeah.
place called Farmhouse Saturday night, and I had a BLTC, and it was probably one of the best sandwiches I ever had in my life, or I might have been hungry. I don't know, but
Bit of both.
those fries were awesome. They
Oh yeah, they're like the fresh cut style.
Yeah, they had sea salt
Yeah.
and whatever on pepper on them. But anyway, they were super awesome. Before we go, though, that's the last slide. I did pick up this
Oh,
bad boy from Creative Beast. I went to their section to get maybe something, and so I mean it's huge, man. It's huge. Like um, I don't really have anything close to it because I have a lot of stuff. But anyway, it's a big chunk right here, and so I was going to get like a smaller one, and
hmm
maybe a medium sized one. And they were like, "Yeah, I'll go behind the counter there." And so Defiant was like, "Yeah, go behind there, Steve." And so I was looking at stuff, whatever, and he's like, "Brian, just get the blue one there." And so I'm like, "Huh, okay, sure, why not?" And so I got it. It was definitely the biggest purchase I had there. But I just thought they had 10% off, and I do like the colors, man. It's like super good. I love the colors on this thing. Um,
Bring it back up.
yeah, it's super good. And like I
So
said,
actually, I was wondering how the articulation is.
it's pretty like the mouth moves and the head moves. I don't really want to move because I don't really do a whole lot of like, but you can see like the feet are all articulated. The tail definitely like moves around, even though it took me forever to get that bad boy on there. But anyway, so I got that. I got a lot of Marauder figures, just a few other various figures here and there. But anyway, it was a good haul for me. I hadn't put the figures together yet, really, but then I also got this. It wasn't a JoeFest thing, but I finally got this Spinosaurus. Um, and just FYI, guys, it's pretty hollow in there, which it's probably a good thing it is. Otherwise, this thing would weigh like 40 pounds probably. But super cool. The Hammond collection, Dino. I've been waiting on getting that one for a while. So I kind of went heavy on dinosaurs this past week. So
Nothing wrong with
anyway,
that at all.
no, I agree. But anyway, a great Joe Fest for me, my first one. I highly recommend it.
hmm
That's just my opinion. Had a great time meeting
Well,
everybody.
I can second the
Yeah,
high recommendation.
yeah. I had a great time meeting everybody and seeing people in person. That was probably one of the cooler things, of the whole deal was getting to hang out
Okay.
with people and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, definitely seeing people. But I'm gonna have to. I don't believe this from Bjorn because surely he got at least one Marauder figure while there.
Mm.
Anyway, but yes, visiting with folks, meeting new folks. Yeah, that hanging out by the pool after the show. Even though I kept telling myself that I'm not doing this 2 to 3 in the morning crap. I'm getting too old for that. Apparently, I'm not because I did that.
Well,
Uh, but it's just
yeah,
it's like you said. We're just sitting out there talking. You're hanging out, trading stories. Met this cool dude from Finland, and we at one point we were talking about like what our favorite GI Joe comic story arcs were and everything. So it's just one of those things you get to talking and hanging out, and you just lose track of time.
yeah. But yeah, it was awesome. I highly recommend it. And so, anyway. Well, Bjorn, I guess you can scratch that one off your list.
Mhm.
Um, I'm sure you'll be getting a few figures once that Vietnam line hits. All right, well, that's pretty much going to wrap up the show for us tonight, guys. Thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for all the people that we met there. and hung out
Hope
with
to see you
and
again
had a
next
good
year.
time. Definitely was a good time. We'll be back next week to do another show. Not quite sure what yet, but we'll be back next week. You got anything else, Bob, before we get out of here?
Just thank you to the chat for hanging in with us there, and thank you for those of you that are watching the replay. We love you too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get a chance, hit
Yeah.
that like button.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Will, he did his show about JoeFest today. I think Brad and them, they did their show Friday about JoeFest. I think Pirates is probably going to do his this Wednesday, probably about it, I'd imagine.
Thank you, Jabalong, for reminding me.
Yeah.
Yes, Die Hard 3.75 is live tonight. So
that's right.
After
He's going to be
this,
on.
take a little break, get your refreshment.
That's right. That's right.
Tune in.
Yep. Anyway, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it and say good night and have a good week. And so hope everybody has a good week, and we'll see you next week. Okay.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.